Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Metaverse Masterminds, episode 10. We're on November the 3rd, and by heck, can't we tell it in the UK on this windy, blustery, wet old weather of a day. Okay, guys, hope you're keeping well. I hope everybody's had a stupendous week. Welcome to everybody on the panel this evening. Do you know what, guys? I need a bigger studio. This is no good. We need a far bigger studio. Hang on a minute. I think we may have one come in soon. Okay, guys, let's crack on with the show this evening. We've got a great show ahead of us. If I can stop this box from popping up, it might help. Okay, guys, let's welcome Private Buddykins. Give us a wave, Private Buddykins. I can't see your hand. There we are. She's disappearing into the ether. I know she's out there in the galaxy somewhere. Come back, Chuck. Okay, guys. Good evening, Sarah. Sarah's doing the chat box and all the moderating on YouTube and Facebook this evening. Who else we got on board this evening on the panel? We've got Private Jaywalking Games. Good evening, Jason. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you fine. How you doing, sir?
Absolutely fine, mate. Have you had a good week?
It's been a good week. It's been, in preparation for B being on today. It's been a strange week, but I've managed to stay present and focus and remember my breath and meditate. So
we're certainly looking forward to this on this program. So, okay, thank you, Jason. Moving on, we've got Private Winnie Skibbs. Good evening, Winnie. I bet
Hello.
you can hear me.
Hi, Kev. Hi, B. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. How are you doing, Winnie? Have you had a good week?
Yeah, I think so. Trying to remember.
Oh,
Seemed
crazy. Do you know what? How do we start these shows every week? What a week it's been. And It has. It's been an absolute crazy week yet again, but all for the best reasons. Who else have we got on the panel? We've got Trucker Fletch and Fred. Have we got Wilma tonight too, or have we just got Fred?
No, just got Fred. Wilma's in the cage. Have been letting fireworks off. She's not bothered, but she's got Mardy on about something. So he's here somewhere, the plunker. Sit down.
Okay. Welcome to the studio, Chris. Hope you and Fred have had a good week. And also, we'll bring on B. Good evening, B. This is our special guest for the evening. Good evening.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. How is everyone doing?
We're absolutely fine, thank you. Have you had a good week?
I've had a very busy week, but it's been very productive.
That's perfect. That's what we like to hear. Yes. Yeah, it has been a very, very busy week all round. So great stuff, B. We'll be talking with B later on in the show. Fantastic to meet you, B, and thank you so much for agreeing to come on the show this evening. Let me see if there's anybody else. He's down there. Elite Coach Leon. You were there, you weren't there, and you are there now.
Yeah.
So we're here again.
How you doing?
Okay.
I'm
Leon,
here. I'm doing awesome. Hey.
How are you doing, mate? Was you dropping out? Because I saw you.
I'm doing awesome. No, I just keep switching from different internet access. That's why.
Right.
From Wi-Fi to data. I think data is doing better. So that's what happened.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least you've managed to get in and you've joined us. Well, hopefully my internet connection should be okay, because I've changed it this week and luckily got it streaming really well yesterday. So it looks like it's we've got on board and it's working well. So fingers crossed we've got a good show coming in tonight. So, okay, we'll crack on with a little bit of news updates regarding Dowversal. That's where we always start. Let me just double check the chat group, chat room, see if there's anybody on board. Let's see if we can shout out a good hi to anybody. That's Mila. Good evening, Mila. Great to see you at this time of evening as well. Sassy, good evening. Big shout out to Sassy. Baylor Garner, excellent. Good evening, sir. Adam, paramedic. Great to see you on board as well. Who else have we got? Elise Day. Hello, Elise. I think that's Elise. Where are you coming in from this evening, Elise? If you'd like to just put in the chat box the country, that'd be great, because we like to know where we're broadcasting to. Okay, we are global. We're broadcasting across 5. Is it 5 social media networks? Yeah. Oh, I've forgotten. I've lost count of how many networks we're broadcasting, but we're getting the message out there, and that's all that matters. Haiti, wow, that's wonderful. And Pam, excellent. Great to see you here, Pam. And Pam and Matt, I believe. My head's going again. There's all these all these members' names and that. It is, I'm sure it is Pam and Matt. Am I right, Winnie?
Yes, absolutely. Pam and Matt from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, that's right. Yeah. And unfortunately, Meng is on the road again. I'm just looking through the back office. Unfortunately, Meng's not with us. He's hoping to join us, but he is driving again. So, I'd rather he focused on the road. All right, guys, let's have a look at the news updates for this week. Now, I'm going to have to pencil these out because I've got them all miggledy-piggledy again. Okay. Now, regarding the platform itself, there's not too many bugs to report, apart from members having problems with Google Authenticator still, okay? Not as many as there has been over the last couple of weeks, but we're getting there. It's as simple as that. I think a lot of the problem is members' email verifications rather than Google authentication problems. So we're still working with a few members regarding that. Other than that, I've got to say that the platform itself seems to be working absolutely fine. Winnie, can you come on? What have you got any updates regarding just the platform itself? Like the TFA program seems to be working absolutely fine. Is there any other niggly bits that you can pick up on?
I don't think so. Generally, it seems to be working. Yeah. I was working with someone who couldn't log in for ages because tech support tried to change a username and it didn't match the Dalversal account, but we finally cracked it
Right,
with the help of our node manager. So, yeah.
Okay, I think, to be fair, I think that the members that are still having problems, they're actually quite unique issues. I don't think they're run-of-the-mill issues. They're quite specific, as in they've got a couple of accounts from Hyperverse and maybe 3 from the family from Hypernation, and they migrated across and then they lost a password or an email. So I think this is what I'm finding anyway. The members that are still in that queue waiting have got quite specific problems and not run-of-the-mill, which is a great sign. It's a great sign that the platform is getting there. Okay. What else have we got here? I'm just trying to run through. I don't want to jump ahead. Okay, we can talk about the Halloween recruitment drive. Members to recruit 3 new friends. Okay, so Dalversal has given us this opportunity to gain more money. Let's face it, get involved, create new friends, create more community, and be rewarded at the same time, which is fantastic. Okay, so some of the rules there mean that you have to recruit 3 new members. Okay, these can't be members that are already in your downline. Excuse me, guys, I'm still suffering a bad throat from last week. Okay, so 3 new friends that have to stake 200 DU or more on bronze or iron plots to get a share of 100,000 DU prize pool. Mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, that is a big, big prize pool. Okay, now I've been following this and it seems to be increasing. And I do believe this closes on the 10th of November, if I read that right. So members have about a week to join on this and see if they can get 3 new friends on board and take advantage of the offer that Dalversal have given us here. I'm going to go through the breakdown of the prizes, because it's not just a prize pool. There's actually prizes for first, second, third, and so forth. Okay. Now, for first prize, there's 4,000 DU. Second prize and onwards. So for second prize, you got 2,500, 2,000, 1,000, and 500 DU respectively for first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay. Now for sixth place and onwards, all members get a share of 90,000 DU from the prize pool, shared equally. I mean, guys, that's phenomenal, that. And I've been looking at the figures, and there's not that many people in there. So whoever's lucky enough to get some of that prize pool are going to be smiles to their ears, aren't they? Because that's a wonderful opportunity. And Leon's smiling and nodding, so I'm hoping Leon's doing okay in this prize pool. Okay, so yeah, anybody else want to speak about that? Winnie, does anybody know anything about this recruitment drive that would like to come on and talk about it? Because like I say, I've been so busy, I wrote some notes down with it, but I haven't had anything to do. So Leon, would you like to come up and say something? You've been looking into it? You'll have to unmute, Leon. You're still muted, sir.
Trying to get to it. There you go.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm following it. So far, it's about, last I looked at it was 38 people total that is active inside. So it's still come to, you get it 10, and then depending on how much people actually get to the 90, it could be a lot more than 4,000 for an individual if you don't get enough individuals in there. And so it's to get 3 people to register, that's definitely a big move for a lot of people. But some people, that's easy. So, to that just registered, also to stake that 200 USDT or above. I mean, because you got to put fresh money platform to be qualified. I'm working on it.
I did read, though, Leon, that members could use HPT for that as well. Am I correct?
Yeah. You could use HPT because it means to put new money in the platform in the deposit wallet. You could use HPT to stake anything above bronze and above. So that will still be counting as part of the process of the 200 something.
That's right. So that gives members another opportunity, because everybody's got plenty of HPT. So if they've got 3 friends that they wanted to offer the HPT free to those friends, that would be.
Look at Kevin. Look at Kevin strategizing. I like it.
Speculate. Yeah, we learn off.
Okay, you're strategizing. Yep. Use the HPT as promotion. Definitely could do that, and that could. Some new fresh people get to drop the stuff down a little bit for them. So that's definitely a promotion and handling process there.
Exactly. And like you say, we've got to look at the facts of HPT, because people quite quickly look at it and say, oh, it's only worth 10%. But this is the opportunities that members have got where they can give it to people and say, look, if you're interested in this, we'll give you 10% of that package, 200 DU. So in actual fact, they'd only have to put 180 DU in, 180 USDT, and then you could give them the 20 DU free of charge, So like I say, there's always opportunities like this. So excellent.
You could even offer to share the rewards also. Because you could offer to share the rewards. If you come out to get them whatever the part is, we could say, okay, we share between ourselves. So that's another promotion there too. So there's many tools we have. We just gotta get creative. Just think a little bit, and it's okay.
And this is another good reason. And this is another good reason why we promote people to read the groups, because watching chit chat and watching like videos like this, you soon pick up on some opportunities that can soon go over your head, and you didn't realize there was all these other opportunities, not only for yourself, but your downline, which obviously you would gain from, through generative rewards. It's excellent opportunities. So thank you, Leon, for that. Winnie, have you got anything to add to that? Have you looked at this Halloween recruitment drive?
Well, yes, I have actually. I was thinking, I thought the same actually, about offering to share the prize, but I don't know anyone who, but the people I know are just a bit crypto phobic. Is probably the word, isn't it? So, but yeah, that's certainly a possibility. I was trying to work out. Jay and I were trying to work out how the percentage works, because 90% is going to go to the people who are 6th place and downwards, and at the moment that works out at more money than the second prize, if that makes sense.
Right. Okay.
Okay. I'm sure they'll figure it out, but it seems like a lot of money.
And as we all know, regular viewers know that Winnie's the number cruncher for the Bureau. So we can quite easily rely on Winnie to come up with the results eventually that are going to benefit everybody, so that we can all play with these figures and say, hey, you know, here we go. This is a great opportunity. So I'm getting my paperwork all knotted up now. This is no good. Right. Okay, then. So, yeah. So we've got a brilliant Halloween recruitment drive that, like I say, I do believe we've got another 7 days. Is that right, Winnie? It was the 10th of November it finishes, wasn't it?
I've written down it's the 11th of November, actually. That's what I have written down.
Ah, right. Okay.
7 a.m. Well, 6:59 a.m. for UK. And the rest of you will figure out, because we're used to being the center of everything, aren't we?
Please don't get me going on these clocks again. They're driving me mad, going back an hour, forward an hour. I wish I'd leave them alone. That's why I don't have a watch. I haven't owned a watch for years for that reason. They keep changing it. Ugh, it's annoying. Okay. I'm just having a quick look through sorry for going backwards and forwards, but Pam has said she'd like to talk. Is Pam available? Pam, if you want to come in the studio this evening, we could get a link for you if you're available. If you're busy, that's fine. But I just read somewhere that Pam would love to talk about NFTs, I believe. Hi, anyone? Hey, Jason. Cheryl Best. I sent invite to 3 gamers who made one the MySpace and gaming. Awesome. That's great, Cheryl. That's good. That's a diverse audience of members.
Good idea.
Excellent. That's great. Okay. Don't drift off, Kev. Stick with it. Right. Launch date for the MySpace Premium Pass NFTs, which has passed. Okay, that was a piece of news that doesn't really matter. We had to wait another 24 hours. That 24 hours felt like a week to me, because I've been waiting for it and waiting, because nobody actually knew exactly what was going to happen. Some members believed that the MySpace Metaverse was going to open up. And to some degree, I thought it might do too, but we didn't know. Okay. But it turned out that it was a launch of the NFTs. Now, for viewers, I'll go through what an NFT, what does an NFT do in relation to the MySpace Metaverse. So let's go right back to the basics. Every member of Dowversal will be gifted with a free account for MySpace. Okay, they will be able to register a free .dow domain name and a free avatar. So every member of Dowversal can actually go into MySpace and enjoy the let me just quieten that one down a little bit. Enjoy the MySpace. Okay. Now, basic members are entitled to 30 minutes on the within the MySpace with up to 15 members, and they have the standard MySpace. I don't think they have the abilities to customize it to their own requirements. So there is a little bit of an incentive for people to upgrade to the NFT, more so if they're content creators, leaders, team leaders, influencers, if you like. People have different names for them, but people who have groups, I mean, people with families around the world, they would benefit from it as well, I guess. But basically what it is, the NFT is a key to the bigger MySpace. That's the way I see it. Okay. And without that NFT, you'll just get the standard MySpace. Okay. So I'll go through later on in the program the different types of NFT, the colors and what they represent. Okay. So we're looking at the moment that the NFT launch was 24 hours late. Now, Jonah very humbly accepted responsibility for that, because it wasn't a mistake. He was actually adding more bonuses to those NFTs. And unfortunately, because of the added bonuses, it took longer to update the metadata for the NFTs, which delayed the launching of them. Okay. So like we said before, guys, you know, instead of jumping and saying, oh, they're not launching it, we knew everything would go wrong, we can look at the facts of what's happening. And the facts are Jonah was adding more value to the platform and to the NFTs for us guys to enjoy. Okay. And by golly, are we going to enjoy them? You know, I'm going to go through this later on in the show and explain to you guys exactly what these different NFTs do. Another quick news flash before we move on in the show, and this happened this afternoon, and I know how frustrating this is when you get cloned on OpenSea. Okay, it turns out that the MySpace Premium Pass NFTs collection got cloned, and it was on another site. Okay, so they were fake NFTs up for sale. They copied them, they'd put it on another group, and they were trying to sell them, and basically fraudulent activity. Now, this is where community are excellent in engaging and helping the platform, because within seconds, and I mean seconds, of it coming out on Telegram, the news of that cloning account went viral. It went all over the internet. Okay. And we did get requested to report that page. Okay. Even though we don't own the MySpace Premium Pass NFT collection, we do have the ability to report it and tell it that it's a fake collection. When we did that, I checked back within 10 minutes and it was taken down. Again, another very successful OpenSea result. Now, I have been victim to this myself personally, where I got my NFTs cloned and it was exactly the same. So what I can say to you guys is Dalversal have chosen a fantastic NFT platform to host their NFTs on, because they're very responsive and responsible to look after, you know, those assets of those NFTs. Okay, I've got some very interesting things to show you guys later on in the program regarding the real OpenSea page. I want to show you some little things in there that, you know, are not directly, they're not really in your face, so don't look. If you don't know they're there, you won't see them. But I'm going to show you some little tidbits there that might make you go, oh, okay, didn't know that. Okay, now then, before we move on, I want to give a great big shout out, and I don't know whether this lady is in the audience or not, or in the chat box, but I want to give a big shout out to crypto magnate Justina for a very generous donation towards the Bureau of Forefront crypto wallet. Okay, now as you guys know, we do accept donations, and every single cent of those donations goes into either the running of this operation with the Bureau and its members, but mainly they go into giveaways, prizes, prize draws, anything like that. Now, what we're planning on doing, depending on how long the metaverse takes to open up, we're planning on making it go with a bang and giving away some great prizes once we get in the metaverse. Okay, so crypto magnate Justina, I think you're in the ticker at the bottom of the screen there. A mighty big shout out to crypto magnate Justina for her very generous donation towards the Bureau of Forefront crypto wallet. Absolutely big thank you for that from everybody, okay? Because this makes a difference. This makes a big difference. Jason, would you like to have a word about that as well? Be a word for the Bureau, sir.
Thank you so much, because yeah, I was mentioning to Pam earlier, and you know this, I've created an NFT collection that I'm hoping to use to help support the Bureau. And the Bureau wallet is public on the blockchain, so it's 100% transparent, so you know where the funds are. But they've gone to support members of the Bureau and giveaways, prizes. And when I say support members of the Bureau, I mean, Kev, maybe you can speak to that, but I mean, as far as like with getting our structure set up in Dalversal,
assisting members, the thing is with the Bureau, they have to be involved in the platform in order to offer help to other people, okay? So these donations have gone a long way to being able to put the members in that position, okay?
Right.
All right, so thanks for that, Jason. Sorry for just putting you on the spot there, sir, but I got distracted with other things here.
No, it's okay.
All right. Yeah, I don't want to miss this out. Okay, right, okay. We've got B12 coming on. We've just done that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go through a quick intermission before I go into presenting a slideshow regarding the NFTs. Okay, like I say, I've got some really interesting statistics. I'm doing it this week, Winnie. Okay, but you know, we appreciate all the work that you do on this, and I've got something to show you guys that even I was quite surprised at. So let me bring my intermission video up. I will need to find the correct one. I do believe this is the one. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed this one. And may I say, this yet again has been created by our very own private buddykins. Okay, so hope you enjoy it. Okay, guys, what do you think to that then? I mean, Sarah just excelling in her creative, crazy. She won't stop. She just keeps pumping out these videos, and I watch them here and I'm like, oh, that is awesome. That is really awesome. I've got a folder on my desktop full of all these videos. Yeah, she just creates them over and over and over again. Her creative skills, there's just no end to it. I love it. Yeah, Jason, would you like to comment on that one?
I loved it. It was very evocative, from the music to the contrast of the colors and everything. Like Sarah really had.
What happened there? Have we lost the internet? I think we've got a connection problem. Are you there, Winnie?
I'm here, yeah. Can you hear me? I can hear you.
I can. Yeah. Jason dropped out.
Yeah, I think Jason dropped. He was so excited. He just blew his mind, really. Yeah.
Okay. I've added him. No, let me try again. I've added him back again.
Come on.
Are you there, Jay? The excitement
hiccups or yours did, but...
ether. Are you there, mate?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry about that.
You there? Did your internet drop out?
It must have. Like, it just hiccuped. But yeah, Sarah, your creativity. I mean, I'm an artist myself, and seeing everything that you do, week in and week out, like it's inspiring. And I don't know if my internet dropped before you got to hear what I had to say, but that particular blurb, it was really evocative, from the music to the contrast and just the flow of how it really, I enjoyed it. Good job.
It is. Sorry, Winnie, I've put the wrong person on the screen. All these buttons and gadgets. Yeah, I think what it is, it gets that message out there. There's 6 different colors of NFTs, and that moves us on to my next presentation. It's only a small presentation, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through a few things that I've found quite interesting regarding these NFTs. So hopefully, let me just switch off a couple of people so that we try and get a better size picture. Is that better, Winnie? Has it gone a bit bigger now?
Yep, that's good. That looks good from here.
You can see that okay, yeah? Okay, yeah. Right. What we're going to do then, we're going to go through couple of pages, right? So it's MySpace NFT collection rarities. Now what we're going to do is have a look at the different colors. I thought the colors were absolutely fantastic, because when I saw, I've got to admit, I mean, for some of the viewers that know, I was so lucky to be able to bag a gold one. I didn't even realize, I had no idea. I unraveled it. It was, well, it got to, let me just bring myself back on screen a second. It was funny, actually, because I've been really, really busy in the place that we live here. We've been, working on other rooms for other residents and so forth. And it was about 10 to 3, and I had so many jobs to do here. I thought, I'll get on with it. It might be, the network might be heavy at 3 o'clock UK time when the NFTs go live. So there's no rush. I don't want to get battle with everybody. So I disappeared and I fixed a door frame, the bit of joinery. And when I come back, it was about 10 past 3. And I just thought, well, I might as well do it now. And I was videoing it, recording it in order to do a tutorial. And when it opened, because obviously these colors, you don't know what color you're going to get, and it opened and it was yellow. And I thought, oh, that's cool. That sort of matches my yellow box from Hyperverse. I thought it was a very similar thing, so I just put it aside and thought, right, okay, let's find it on OpenSea, which I did. And it wasn't until I went back to the Bureau group and I said to the members, I says, hey guys, I got a yellow one. And I think it was Leon said, that's not yellow, mate, that's gold. And I'm like, huh? Absolutely blown away with that. I was so happy that, I managed to bag a gold one, So what I want to do is go through this with you guys to show you the difference of the different ranges from 1 to 6. So cyan, let me see if I can read this from where in fact, let me make my screen bigger. That might help. Here we go. Okay, Cyan Rarity NFT gives you a basic MySpace with conventional features. A good starting point for receiving exclusive drops that may be used to modify the space. This rarity grants you an exclusive cyan outfit for your avatar, specially designed by the design head of Dalversal. Now, this is something that really blew me away, because as you go through the 6 different designs, the 6 different rarities, it turns out that everybody who gets these NFTs gets an outfit for their avatar in the specific color that their NFT matches. So say, for instance, if you were lucky enough to get a cyan one, you'd get a cyan outfit for your avatar. And the same happens for all the rest of them. So the difference between cyan and violet is the violet one unlocks 1 explorer tier item for personalizing your MySpace. You'll have to excuse me, guys. This is really small writing on my screen. Okay. So let me just, that's better. I can see that now. Right. You will also get access to exclusive drops, odds dependent on the rarity of NFTs, and of course the ability to customize a space. Now, what I picked up at this point was that every single NFT holder is entitled to NFT airdrops. Now, these are free NFTs that when Dalversal bring them out, they will give airdrops, and we get benefits from that, adding value to what we've already got. Okay, so the addition to that one would also be the One Explorer tier item. Okay, so I bared that in mind and worked onto the purple one, where you unlock 2 Explorer tier items for personalizing your MySpace. But then the penny dropped. When you look at what we've got here, it's clear that we've got an NFT marketplace with different tiers of items to personalize your MySpace. So what we're looking at is the Explorer might be the lower tier that might offer you chairs or a settee or a lamp for your room or something like that. Maybe a simple NFT, an addition and an item to your MySpace to decorate it. I'm just speculating here, but this is what I'm looking at, knowing what the metaverse is and how these levels of the marketplace work. Okay. So I thought, right, okay, so there's that added item. You get 2 from the Explorer tier with the purple rarity. So moving on, let me go back to there because I can't see it. The fuchsia, I'll get my teeth in, the fuchsia gives you 3 Explorer tier items. And you also get the exclusive drops. Now, another thing is that I noticed the higher up the grade, the higher rarity increase of your NFT, you get a higher rate of possibility of getting those airdrops. So you get a better chance of getting an airdrop the higher up the scale you are, which is another interesting thing. But again, don't forget, guys, if you've got a fuchsia, you will be getting a fuchsia outfit for your avatar. Okay, now just enlarge my screen again so I can see. Now this is the juicy bit that really got my head going, because it's evident that the green and the gold NFTs are the, well, I've read it myself, the VIP and the VVIP NFT. Okay, now clearly that's a very important person and very, very important person, I presume. Okay, but hey ho, what does that mean in real terms? So the green rarity NFT unlocks 4 Explorer items. Okay, so you get another item, but on this one you get one of the mythical tier items as well. Now this is where I started looking and confirming what my ideas were, that this is on a level basis of items, maybe from smaller items to medium items to larger items at the top. Okay, so you've got those 3 different levels. When you get onto gold, you'll see what the 3rd level is. So up to now, you've got the basic level of the Explorer, the 2nd level of the mythical, called the mythical tier. So on that tier, you get slightly better items, maybe a flat screen TV, who knows, yeah? So we're looking at what we can do to build up and personalize our MySpace. And obviously the odds dependent on the rarity of the NFTs, you get a better odds of getting your airdrops with this as well. So just overrunning that again, the green NFT, you get 4 Explorer items, 1 mythical tier item for personalizing your MySpace. But holders of the green NFT, this is the bit that really sat me back. Holders will also have first access to all Dalversal products. I mean, that's a big WOW, big wow, because that is quite something, because I can't wait to see what that actually means, because what other products are they going to be coming out with? Are they referring to the products like planets, plots, and so forth? Or are they talking about the opportunities that we should be given, or we should be looking at in the future from other companies, other opportunities, financial things that we can add to our spaces? We don't know. But I have read in the white paper that this is what they're looking at in the future, having opportunities where people can just add them to MySpace. So say, for instance, you got an opportunity for staking and you want to offer that in your MySpace. Now, if somebody signs up to it through your MySpace, presumably you would get that sign up. It would be related to your invite and your rewards as well. So this is a really exciting thing to look at. So obviously the green and the gold get first dibs on all Dalversal products. So here we go, guys. This is the gold one. The gold rarity NFT is the crown jewel of our collection, offering a collector's vibe and representing the utmost rarity. If you have this NFT, you can customize your MySpace with 5 Explorer, 2 Mythical, and 1 Legendary tier item. Okay. Now, I can't wait to see what this Legendary tier is, because obviously that is the crown in the jewel in the crown, obviously. So I can't wait to see in there. Holders will also have first access to all Dalversal products, very similar to the green NFT as well. You will also get access to exclusive drops, odds dependent on the rarity of the NFTs, which is the highest for the gold rarity holders, and of course the ability to customize the space. This rarity grants you the biggest MySpace. Hang on a minute, what does that mean? Because it's my understanding that all 6 NFT holders get the ability of 200 members. Now, I have read somewhere that there's 2 tiers to MySpace. There's an upstairs and a downstairs for the bigger NFT holders. I can't remember where I saw it now. If I can find it, I'll share it with you guys in the group. So is that what they mean by the rarity grants you the biggest MySpace? That's interesting. This rarity grants you an exclusive gold outfit for your avatar. General Kev's going to be swaddled in gold. I like the idea of this. I've been here long enough. I think I deserve it. All right, guys. So that shows the 6 different NFTs and the colors behind them. Okay. So moving on, what else did I want to talk about? Let me get my screen down a bit. Okay, now this is what I was referring to earlier on regarding the cloning of the NFT website. This one is a screenshot of the real NFT website, okay? Sorry, the NFT collection, okay? So it's on OpenSea. It's called MySpace Premium Pass, okay? But clearly you can see there that it's got the Dalversal.com website. Items 165. Now that has changed because that number there indicates the amount of NFTs that have been minted so far. I think the last time I looked it was at 171. It may have risen a little bit, I'm not sure. So where it says items at the bottom there, that is how many were minted, okay? But another great giveaway is at the other side of that, where it says the chain is on the Ethereum mainnet. The fake OpenSea website or collection was on the Polygon chain. So straight away, somebody who knows things about NFTs knows straight away that they're fake. So these are the things that you should be looking for, guys. Please, please, please do not jump into purchasing any of these NFTs if you're not 100% sure that they're the originals, okay? The only surefire way of doing that is going to dalversal.space, going to their website and minting it through that website. That's the only way really that you can 100% get that correct, okay? yes, they're listed on OpenSea, but you want to do it via the correct way in order to not screw anything of this process up. Okay, so be aware of that, guys. The next page, what have we got here? Okay, so what else do we know? Legendary, mythical, and explorer. Okay, now this is taken from the document of Dalversal.space. What I've done, guys, is I've just screenshotted a couple of areas that I wanted to go through with you. So that proves that you've got legendary, mythical, and explorer. So that indicates there's 3 tiers to the NFT marketplace where we can look at decorating or personalizing our MySpace. Okay, and clearly there it says more details coming soon, so stay tuned. And I will highlight again, we don't know. We can only speculate on knowing how platforms like this operate, but that's the way I see it anyway. So let's face it, facts, guys. We will find out eventually, but it's all exciting. Also, it says our platform continuously hosts events, contests, and challenges where green and gold NFT holders are the VIP and VVIPs. Now, this again took me by surprise because I have no idea what that means, because they're speaking about events, contests, and challenges for the green and gold holders. So that's quite an intriguing thing to read and to find out. Oh, it's all unraveling. It's like Christmas. But I don't get all my presents this year. I've got to wait another year for them. Okay, guys, the last bit, if I can just get this thing out the way here. Okay, so one thing that we didn't get it wrong, but we were cart before the horse, if you like, where we all created our avatar, where we thought we'd be going into the MySpace metaverse. Yeah. Okay, we're eager. This should be good for Dalversal. They know that we're waiting. We're wanting to jump in, and some of us are actually looking through the keyhole. We're actually wanting to see what's in there already. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it won't be long before they do open it up. So just going through this, the A to Z of what we're expected to do. So number 1, acquire a MySpace Premium Pass, which is optional. That's for the added benefits, obviously. The first step is to mint your MySpace Premium Pass, which is what I've just gone through, the 6 different colors. You can do this through our official channels, ensuring you have the key to unlock your MySpace privileges. Remember what I said, guys, about the NFTs, your key to MySpace? This is the magical key that will get you all those bonuses, all those goodies. And I've got to say it, guys, I'm a forward thinker, and I'm looking at Dalversal today, tomorrow, next month, and in 5 years' time. And the amount I paid for my NFT was extremely cheap, in my opinion. Okay, I got a gold, but it doesn't matter. Any NFT that can give you all these privileges now at this early stage of the game is very much worthwhile at 0.2 Ethereum, which is what they're asking for it. Okay, so bear that in mind, guys. We're trying to look into the future here of what we've got as well. So number 2, avatar creator. Now, most people, we went through this last week, I think, on the show, and probably the week before, was about going to readyplayer.me, and creating our avatar. I've created tutorials, and I do know that Trucker Fletcher and Fred are going to come on on air soon, and they're going to be talking about their experience with this because they've done it too. So that'd be great to look forward to. So number 3, explore MySpace. Once you've created an avatar, log into MySpace. Hey ho, guys, we're nearly there then. We've got the NFTs, those of us that wanted to buy one. Some of us have got the avatar, so we're waiting. We're clicking our heels, yeah, ready and waiting, Dalversal. If you're watching, we're waiting. Knock, knock. So once you've created an avatar, log into MySpace using MetaMask or Wallet Connect and explore the limitless possibilities. You create your unique space, you invite friends and start hosting events in your personalized oasis. Now, here it does say the launch of MySpace Metaverse will be in the first quarter of 2024. Now, when I saw that, I went a bit glum. I've got to be honest. I was like, I want it now. You know what a kid's like at Christmas. They want to unwrap the presents before Christmas Day. Who knows, guys? If the demand is there, who knows? And even if they don't, the first Q1 of 2024 is not that far away, really. We're in November now. So let's keep hoping that you see, the thing is, as long as the platform's running smoothly, as long as the members are there engaging actively, maybe that will encourage them to open up a little earlier. We can only speculate and hope here. Okay. So number 4, join the community, connect with fellow MySpace enthusiasts, explore other spaces, share your experiences, and generally come on the Metaverse Mastermind show and talk to us guys, because let's get that word out there. So there you go, guys. That gives you all an insight of some of the things that I've picked up on. And before I go into another intermission, I've just got another quick thing to show you, and I'm going to have to get Buddykins to confirm that. Let me just get this going. Okay, now I want to turn that one off and that one on. Now you should be able to see my screen, guys. And can you see the Dalversal OpenSea page? Right, I'm getting a thumbs up, guys. So I'm just going to run through these few things that I saw on the OpenSea Dalversal MySpace Premium Pass site. So this is the collection. This is the real one, okay? And you can do this by going into your search box. If you look up there, you've got 2 different identical, and it's clear to see which was the fake. If I click on that, you guys will see that we managed to get it taken down. And that is exactly what Dalversal want us to do. Be active and help them. So let's go back to the real, if we can. Let me just go back a couple of pages. I think my internet has just decided to ditch out on me for some reason. Here we are. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to show you a couple of interesting pointers within this page. We can quite clearly see that it's Dalversal. We've got the items, 172, so they've minted another NFT since the last time I looked. You're on the Ethereum chain, okay. The creator earnings is 5%, which we knew about as well. How many NFTs have they minted? 172. But I don't know whether you guys realize, but up here to the right hand side, this indicates how many members, how many owners own those NFTs. And there's 93 owners. So that indicates there's 93 members that have either purchased one or more NFTs. Okay, so that's an interesting statistic to bear in mind as well. Now, the second thing that I'm going to show you here, if you scroll down to traits and you click on this arrow here, you can click just the gold to see how many gold have actually been unwrapped. Okay, now one of these is mine. I think it's this one, but you'll notice as well that there's one up for sale. Okay, all the rest are not up for sale. If you hover over them, there's no for sale badge on it. So what I'm going to do is click on this. Okay, so this member has got a gold NFT premium pass. Okay, and they've listed it for 2 Ethereum, which is equivalent to approximately 3,659 USDT. Now, I get it, because a gold pass will be of great value in the future. So General Kev thought, okay, do we know who's got this? You know, because it's interesting to look into what's happened with this NFT. Have they sold it before? Have they done anything with it? So the first thing that I looked into was who actually owns it. If you hover over that there, you can clearly see that they've only got one collected. So they've got one NFT. They actually own one NFT, and that's the gold one. But they've actually created 172. So what does that indicate then? Let's have a look. Let's go to their page and have a quick nosy, and let's see what they have created already. Are you ready for this, guys? Ta-da! It's the company. The company. They own that gold NFT. And don't forget, guys, they're giving a gold NFT away in that prize draw. So that is the value that they have put on that NFT. Now, it's only by chance that I clicked on that and I thought, 172. As soon as I saw the first ones, I thought, have we got a cloner here? But then I saw the numbers going up parallel with the NFTs that were getting minted. So it clearly belongs to corporate. That wallet does. Okay. So that will be the gold NFT that they have listed for that prize draw. Okay. So like I say, guys, always have a dig around, have a look on these websites, because it's amazing the information. Let me just stop sharing. I think that's gone now. It's amazing what information you can pick up just by having a click around. So there you go, Winnie. I mean, absolutely mind-blowing, isn't it? And we've got to be careful on where we purchase these NFTs. I recommend always to go to dowversal.space and clicking on that mint button, because then we know exactly what was the website called, Winnie? Was it Nifty dot?
Oh yeah, Nifty something. Nifty
Kit apparently.
Nifty Kit. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So like I say, just follow the correct procedure into purchasing that NFT and we won't go far wrong. So yes, guys, I enjoyed that. I thought it was just quite interesting to have a look at the website, to see how many they'd sold. Do I think that's a lot? I think that's about average. I mean, me and Winnie was talking about this before the minting date, and I've got to be honest, I in my opinion, they've minted more than I expected. And Winnie did, suggest more, didn't you, Winnie? And like I say, I think it's great. Now, if it was left to me, I would allow those NFT holders into the metaverse to start the ball rolling. But that's just me. That's just me, because I love creating. I love getting in there with both feet and saying, come on, guys, let's get on with this. Because my way of seeing this is, if people see the product in action, they will be more than likely say, hey, I want a bite of that pie. I want a piece of that cake, especially with the content creators that we are, the creative talents that we've got. Surely we're going to do great guns in there. And like I say, this brings me back to, and Winnie, you might be able to remember some of the names that have gained the elite ranking. I forgot in the news section. We've got to bring up the people that have managed to reach the rank of elite within Dowversal. There's been so many people hitting that rank lately, and corporate have actually very kindly designed some posters, haven't they? So can you remember any of the names, Winnie?
Well, there's Pitt. I'm just going to have a look. Pitt, is it Pittsburgher? And his wife, Heikki, Pawan, Virma. That is the couple I can remember. And
I know there was a couple in the African group.
George. There's George. Yeah.
Yeah. King Ben, he hit elite, didn't he? Oh, and by the way, guys, just coming back to the NFTs and the lucky people that managed to get the NFTs. Like I say, I got the gold. Sergeant Meng, is he in the house yet? I don't think so. No, sadly he's not, but we'll give him a good shout out. He managed to get the green, which is the second highest rating. King Ben got a gold. Leon, I did write this down, but I've left my piece of paper at that side of the room, which is typical. Leon, I do believe, got a purple and a violet. Is that correct?
I think that's right. Yeah.
Leon's gone quiet. I'll bring him on if he's there. I don't know whether he's there or not. If he is, he can come on and put us right on that. But I do believe it was a purple and violet as well. So here he is.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Haley.
Do it purple and violet. Purple and violet, yeah.
It was purple and violet. That's it. Okay, so congrats, Leon, for that one.
Yeah.
I can see you peeping around the corner.
So cute, isn't it?
So yeah, congrats on that one, Leon. And anybody else that managed to get some really great, NFTs. So yeah, have you got anything to add to that, Winnie, regarding the NFTs and OpenSea and everything that's happening there? I'm just trying to go through my notes because it's all higgledy-piggledy today.
Yeah,
it's been crazy.
well, I just hope, of course, like you, I kind of assumed that they would be opening it up, because I was thinking we'll be in there by this time for this show. But so it'd be good if they open it up and then we can go, come on.
But when I sat back and thought about it, I thought, yeah, because these things have to take, step by step to get put right. And this is what I said at the beginning of the show. This is why I look at the platform and say, right, how many bugs is there now? Are we getting new bugs? How's the TFA program working? And in all honesty, I see it working pretty good. Now, as that continues to work really good, surely that will bring that date maybe a bit forward. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So we can look forward to that for sure. Okay, Winnie, are you nearly ready to introduce our guest speaker?
Sure. Yes,
now,
certainly.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring B12 on and I'll let you introduce her, but as long as you do it for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to present B with a promotional video. We always do this to our guests. So welcome into the studio, B12. Hi, how are you doing?
Welcome.
Hi, good, thank you. Thank you so much. It's great to be here. Thank you for this opportunity to be on here with everyone.
Great to see you.
I'll pass it over to you, Winnie.
Yeah, great to see you. Yeah, I mean, we've known B through Discord for quite some time now. We went through the Hypercosmos experiment, didn't we, together, and out the other side. So yeah, it's great. So
it's been quite a journey together, and like I say, I've got to agree with this. I mean, we have known. I'll tell you what's happening with Dalversal as we're evolving into the future. We're all starting to get to know each other that little bit more, because we hear these names, we hear members' names, and believe me, guys, there's thousands of members' names running around in my head every day with all the different networks that I'm on and moderating and whatnot. And B, I've got to admit, I really do get confused as to who's who. So please forgive me that sometimes I just don't recognize names, But like I say, the more we move into Dalversal and the Metaverse, I can see what's happening here. We're shaping names to faces and experiencing. So, like I say, do you see this, B? Because I think it's a wonderful opportunity going into Dalversal to get to know more people globally. Don't you agree?
Definitely. And I think a lot of us do know the names, but we just haven't met the people on any platforms. And we've all been through so much. So this connection and the way that we've pulled ourselves through everything is amazing. And we've created a brilliant community. And that's because of you as well, like everyone working together.
Well,
It's
thank
brilliant.
you. Thank you for that. Recognition is really highly, you know, it's fantastic to be recognized. It really is. When you say, you make me laugh, because when you say we've been pulled, we've actually been pushed as well at some points, you know, because I do agree. Sometimes when you see something is working, it is right. You know, it's a virtual pull to pull members into this other environment, to just get them to look. We're not pushing them. We're not saying you've got to do this. But when you're looking at the TFA program more than anything else, when we know what that pain has caused so many people in the past, okay, pulling and pushing is one of the major contributors to why we're here today. So yes, I do appreciate your words there, B. So okay, let's bring B back on. We've got this promotional video that Sarah's created for you. Are you ready? Are you comfortable and ready for this? Because I do believe you've got something, a little surprise for all our viewers later on towards the end of the show. Am I right?
That's right. I'm very excited to see the promotional video.
Exactly. So what we'll do, we'll play this promo video to you, and then I'll pass you back to Winnie, who can, you know, have a conversation with you about your planet and everything that you do. Okay,
Sure.
let me get the right one. Okay, guys, here we go. Okay, I don't know whether anybody else had that, but the video actually locked up for me. Did it for anybody else?
Yes.
Yeah, that was really
Yeah.
unfortunate that
Oh,
that did that. But hopefully you got, yes, our internet is terrible. Yeah, it does seem to be our side. So that's unfortunate that, but hopefully you got the main, you know, gist of the video. Okay. Now, at the end of the show, B, do you mind me calling you B? What would you prefer us to call you?
Yeah, B's
B.
fine. That's brilliant. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, B, at the end of the show, Buddykins will contact you on Discord and we'll transfer that file over to you so that you can use that with any promotional video, material that you use. And we really hope that you manage to, you know, get great value out of that. Okay.
From what I saw, it looked amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I do apologize about the internet. There is some glitching on the internet at the moment. So, okay, it does run smoothly and it's a wonderful video. It's quite serene and tranquil, actually. I love it. I love it. So I'll pass you over to Winnie and let's try and see if we can get Winnie and B side by side. Just bear with me. Go ahead, Winnie.
Yeah, well, I think for me and for quite a few people, it ran perfectly, actually. And yeah, that was that's quite emotional. as well, doesn't
I'm
it?
glad.
Yeah. Great. So, well, welcome, and tell us about your planet and what your plans for your planet. What made you decide to buy a planet?
I guess buying a planet was to have my own space that I could share with everybody and have a vision of bringing connection and togetherness, but in a very peaceful, natural surrounding. And I feel we've been on such a journey all the way through, you know, Hyper and, well, the people who were with us back then. And there's been a lot of ups and downs, and it's just trying to bring everybody together in a safe space where we can support one another. So my vision for this, for my world, is a place where we can sort of be in a nirvana and where we can have peace and we can be together. Somewhere where we feel comfortable to allow us to be ourselves and to look after our well-being. So I guess the focus of my world is to have audio and visual relaxation and just spaces where we can enjoy being ourselves and go for some quietness, you know, just having some space to think and just be. So hopefully I'll have beautiful surroundings. So it's part of the video that I saw was amazing because it focuses on like the natural beauty of like water and surroundings. So I hope to have that on my world, and also just having a space that people can use if they wanted to. So even if they wanted 5 or 10 minutes of time out, they could come, and I hope to give sort of daily positive affirmations, some mindfulness, and just really encourage people to have that time out in the day, because we've all been through so much and we're all having a lot of stress in our lives. And this virtual world is very new to me, as I'm sure it is to a lot of you. So it's navigating all of these different stresses, and hopefully it can help people with their well-being. So that's my goal.
Fantastic. Yes, well-being is a key word, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Fantastic. And well, because you work for a charity, is that right?
So I work for a charity, it's like a part private, part charity, part funded by the NHS. So I work for a hospice, and we do a lot of work with meditation, mindfulness, sort of looking at people's well-being. So I actually work in rehab. So it's looking at occupational therapy, physiotherapy, as well as mental health. So I thought this would be brilliant to bring into the virtual world as well, because we need it too. Everyone needs it.
That sounds lovely. I'm picturing it as a beautiful space, almost like a temple space in a way. Well, it really, yeah. Wow.
We had a meeting a few days ago, and please excuse me, I don't know whether it was with the Bureau or whether it was with another group of members, but we had a meeting and we highlighted this, and I do believe it was me and Winnie that was having this conversation, that one thing that keeps cropping up in all our broadcasts and our shows and webinars and so forth is that fact that we're not just going into the metaverse, which is clearly a decentralized digital world, but let's face it, some people are scared of, okay, but what we're doing, we are highlighting the fact that health, nature, mental health more specifically, has got to be recognized just as much as the digital realm, okay? So as excited as we are about the metaverse and the you know, the 3D realm and everything, all the exciting stuff that we're heading into, that's one thing that I have noticed. Jaywalking Games, Jason, one of the Bureau members, he's active on this as well, because clearly he's got, you know, health problems like myself, and we've never let that go yet. And B, the way you've come on this show this evening, highlighting it, but more specifically in your realm, that is the core foundation of what you're working, is absolutely wonderful. And I can't wait to get it again. I'll say it again. I can't wait to get in the metaverse in order to go visiting around these planets and, you know, come across your planet and have a look round it. So let's hope within the, I can't remember the names of them now, Explorer, Mystical and Legendary, I think it was.
Oh, yes.
Let's hope they've got some really cool bubble lamps or something that can help. I mean, mental health is a very important subject to talk about. We did have a member on here in episode 2 or 3, I think it was, that highlighted the importance of not forgetting about because we're all guilty of this, guys. The more excited we get about metaverses and NFTs and gold passes and all this, where does the health come? Where does this health come from? Now, Trucker Fletch, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let me just see if Trucker Fletch is available. Are you there, Chris? Because we were talking about this the other day regarding health and making sure that we keep that balance between digital realm and natural realm, weren't we? Can you remember?
Yeah, and we were talking last week. We were talking about I think Trucker Fletch was talking about turning his Wi-Fi off, which is something I was going to ask about.
That was it. Yeah.
That's something. Yeah, that I.
So B, have you got any hints and tips for Trucker Fletch? Did you watch last week's show? And
I wasn't able to attend last week, unfortunately. But I think that turning your Wi-Fi off, I turn my Wi-Fi off just before I go to sleep, and then it automatically turns on at a certain time in the morning, because it does interrupt the way that you sleep and, signals to your brain. Without even knowing it, it can disrupt those signals. So it's really important to protect ourselves from all the technology that's going on.
Okay, so Chris, can you give us your side of how you feel? I mean, it must be a week to 10 days since you actively thought of doing that and saying, I'll try this, because Chris, he's my brother, he's my older brother, and he's had terrible sleep patterns and so forth. So yeah, give us your opinion, Chris. How have you felt since doing that?
Well, I worked for 10, 11 years on shifts on petrol tankers. So my sleep pattern just went out the window, and I haven't slept properly for years. And a couple of weeks back, the phone went flat and I forgot to charge it up, and I had a brilliant night's sleep. And I went to the phone in the morning and thought, oh, that's gone off. And it was quite by accident I discovered it. And since then, I turn the phone off at night because nobody's going to ring me. And why would they want to ring me in the middle of the night unless it's an absolute emergency? And I was thinking about going back to when we were kids. And I took my daughter past the farm where we used to live as kids a while back. And I said, we didn't have anything up here. We only had the farm phone, which was a landline, but that didn't belong to us. It was a farm. We had no mobiles. We had no internet, nothing. And she was like, well, how could you survive? So, well, we have done. We've done it. And I thought, right, well, I'm going to go back to the old days where we didn't have phones on. And I got fed up with it all night. Ping, 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 thing going off. So I started switching it off about 9 o'clock, 9:30, it goes off, and it stays off until I wake up in the morning. And since then, I've been getting nearly a full night's sleep. I was diagnosed as being diabetic a few months back, so I'm up a couple of times a night to go for a leak. But the old dog here, he sleeps in the same bed as me, and we both get a brilliant night's sleep. But something I have noticed, that even though I switch my internet off, when I go into the settings and everybody else's, there's about 10 other people in there. Yeah. So we're getting next door, the next door to them, one across the back, one across. We're getting everybody around us. And I figured out when we go camping, we built a camper van 2 years ago. We go camping, then we go to festivals. When at the festival, I switch the phone off, and I sleep like an absolute baby in there every night. And yet, as soon as I come home, that's it, back to being normal again. But touch wood, since I've been switching the phone off at night, I do seem to be getting a much better night's sleep. I want to switch the internet box off down here, but my daughter would feel like her legs have been chopped off. She's up till about 4 o'clock in the morning listening to music and researching and goodness knows what. But yeah, switching the phone off has made a massive difference. It's shut those radio waves off.
Okay. Through your experience then, B, can you comment on that?
Yes, so, just a little comment on if people are worried about phone calls, emergency phone calls not coming through, we should all have a setting on our phone that says do not disturb. So with that, the Wi-Fi can turn off and your phone can turn off, but any emergency calls will still come through. As long as you have, like, I think it's 8 people that you can select that emergency calls will come through from.
All right.
That's
So
really
that goes into a mode where it's not receiving
anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, because
emergency calls.
Yeah, from what I remember of somebody talking to me about this, that if when your phone's on, it's constantly pinging out.
It is.
And that
it is.
I have mine on flight mode most of the time because I don't use it and I don't take it out with me when I go for a walk. And
I do a little bit of private detective work behind the scenes for certain people, and I've got some gadgets, bug detectors, bugs, stuff like that, secret cameras, and I've actually scanned the phone with one of my bug detectors, and you'll be surprised at how much signal's coming out of it all the time. It's absolutely incredible. It's an absolute eye-opener. In fact, I haven't got it handy, but what I'll do is I'll bring it on next weekend and I'll just give you a quick demonstration of it, how it works.
Well, to give people an idea of how, I will say, destructive these radio waves are, I have shown viewers in the past this T-shirt. Okay. Now, this is what they call a wearable. It's a wearable T-shirt. And in this T-shirt, there is a chip. Okay. And that chip holds my information for my Twitter account. Members might be saying, but why? You know, it's like having a business card. So if somebody's got a smartphone and they put it up against my T-shirt, the emission, the radio emission that your phone emits is strong enough to power up my T-shirt. There is no batteries in my T-shirt whatsoever. So that goes to show how powerful these EMF, electromagnetic radio frequencies are. They can power up my T-shirt, okay, which is mind-blowing. It wasn't until I started studying amateur radio and stuff like that, I realized that, and like Chris said, you can turn your phone off and you will see 8 to 10 other internet connections. We are bombarded with RF radio frequencies. So yeah, go ahead. Sorry, B. You know, what was you going to say about that?
So another thing that we can do is, a lot of us need to know that our phone is actually on and people can contact us, but to simply put it in another room so it's away from you. That's another thing that we can do.
Yeah, it's most important. And let's face it, guys, it's not just mobile phones that we have to be aware of as well. We've got other things, smart TVs. You know, they're not all plugged into the Ethernet, the network. Most of them are wireless now. You've got the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, they're all wireless. All of our gadgets nowadays are basically run by Wi-Fi. Okay, which a lot of people love the ease of use, but when we look at nature and health, and my golly, it is astounding what the invisible illnesses are caused by these invisible radio waves. I think that's what I'm trying to get across.
There's people doing research on that.
There's a lot of research on it. So as long as we're mindful about this, I think it's an important thing to talk about.
If I'm sitting in the front room here, our Wi-Fi box is in the dining room. If I flick my bug detector on, it lights up to the red. So it shows how much power is coming out of that. And then a lot of people have these little, we had one, I had one upstairs in my bedroom, a booster, electric booster thing. Do you know what the headaches I was getting with that was unbelievable? Yeah, I got a brilliant phone signal and my daughter used it a lot and it was unbelievable. The headaches we were both getting. And one night I says, I actually fell over it. It was on the floor on the extension link. I tripped over that bloody thing, took it out, threw it down the stairs. I'm having that. And you know what? The headache stopped.
Yeah.
My daughter wasn't very happy, but her headache stopped, and it was unbelievable.
Wow.
But the amount of electronic stuff that's transmitting is unbelievable. Even your cars are transmitting. If you've got sat nav in, or you've got trackers and that, everything's transmitting.
And smart meters and
they're one of the worst.
Well, in fact, we've got our central heating because it's a rented property. I mean, we could probably request it, but that's Wi-Fi, and it doesn't need to be Wi-Fi. We don't need to have a portable thing, and so that's
That's British Gas wanted to put me one in, and I told them where to stick it. So they've upped my bill. Awkward kids. They can push it as much as they like. I'm not having it.
No, me neither.
The minute we have that moved in, then I'm going to move out, and I should be buying a lorry and moving in and living in a truck. That is the plan. That is long-term plan, because it's the only way to get away from it.
Okay, moving on. Winnie, did you have any more questions for B before we go into another intermission?
Yes. Well, let's see. Well, yes, I want to ask you about you. Well, yes, and your well, I suppose how's your experience of Dalversal? So obviously you're like us, you moved from Hyper. How are you finding it so far?
I think it's been quite smooth. I think trust is building, and that was really important. That's something that we all suffered with through Hyper. So I think building trust is important. I think they're doing that because they do things when they say they're going to. They communicate when they're going to have a delay. They apologize for things. They keep us in the loop. I think they've run it very well, that we have built trust.
Fantastic. And do you have a team yourself?
A very small team. A lot of people didn't want to come into because they feel they've been burnt through Hyper. And it's really different. And I'm not there to persuade people. I think if people want to follow, fabulous. But I think everyone has to make their own decisions. So a very small team, but it's not about that. It's about, trying to help other people.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I think we've found that as well, haven't we, Winnie? The foundation of this platform is completely different to the foundation of those previous platforms that we were speaking about. Can I just highlight to viewers that the ticker at the bottom that says MindSparks Nova, coordinate 1636, can I just confirm, B, they are your coordinates for your planet?
That's right.
They? Yeah, Sarah's put them at the bottom for anybody that would like to go to the planet, have a quick look, and should they want to stake, a plot of land on there in the future, then hopefully we'll help B12 out there. So yeah, going back to the platform, we fully agree with this, and we think the best way forward regarding, because we can't ignore the fact that we've got a high percentage of members that are very, very curious but cautious before stepping forward. And my principle here is, let's lead by example. Because of the amount of work I put into researching, digging about, looking, turning every stone upside down to try and find any flaws. I'll be honest, that's what I'm looking for. Is there any flaws in this platform? Because if there is, we need to know about them. And what B said about transparency from corporate Jonah especially, and Mohammed and Ash, absolutely fantastic. There's just no questioning about that. It's 100% perfect. Okay. And like we said previously, the bugs within the system are not major bugs now. They're unique bugs to unique members. That's what I'm experiencing anyway. And before we move on, I just want to respond to Elise Day. I have another question. Can I reach 30% milestone quicker by purchasing a MySpace NFT? No, that's not part of that. But it doesn't mean that it wouldn't have an effect on your speed long term. Because the way I see that is that you would be able to provide a better service for your followers, for your members. And let's be fair about this, the best way to speed up your NFT is through your downline and their activities. So ultimately, yes, another strategy would be NFT moving on with that. So it's like building a house on top of foundations. Okay, if you want a strong house, maybe you do need some strong bricks at the bottom before you get the designer house that you're looking for. So that way, yes, I'd like to open my eyes and open my third eye to say, well, what could that produce? So it's not a definite no. It's look at the bigger picture of that, and there's a possibility. Yeah. Okay, Winnie, did you have any more questions for B?
Let's see. I wrote lots of things down, but there were too many questions. Yeah, I think we covered that really. Where are you in the world? You're in London, aren't you?
That's right.
London, UK, for those.
Mm-hmm.
Great. And I was going to say, will you be taking part in the Halloween special? Do you think? Do you know?
I'm not sure, because a lot of people have lost trust, and no matter how much I say, this is a great platform, they're just afraid and they don't want to invest anymore, which is fair enough.
Sure.
So probably not. I'll try my best, but probably not.
Yeah, I quite understand. Yes.
I fully understand that. And I think what we're looking at the moment, even though some things are looking better, Bitcoin has raised in value and so forth, we're still not out the woods, guys. We're still not out the woods. I still can't put my finger on saying we're in the not the bear market, the bull market yet. I don't see that yet. Even though some areas of the crypto world are improving, there's a heck of a lot more to go yet before people start feeling a little bit more confident about the whole crypto space, not just Dalversal. What I can say is we've got the benefits of Jonah literally country jumping from country to country and doing his meetings and going to his seminars and getting the word of Dalversal out there. And another thing I want to raise the topic about is the offices within the UK. I can't wait till they open those offices. I do believe it's going to be Birmingham. So fingers crossed, guys, it shouldn't be too long and we can start visiting these places ourselves, because Dubai's quite a long way,
It is quite a long way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So anything else, Winnie, before we bring Trucker Fletch on to talk about his experience as a technophobe for this week?
Well, is there anything else that you feel you'd like to say?
I don't think so. I think I'll do some relaxation for all of you a little bit later on, just to give you a little bit of a glimpse into my world and just to see how we can look after ourselves.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm just checking. I'm going to bring Leon in, but it looks like he's got a really bad internet connection on that guide there. So hopefully you can come in. Jason, have you got any questions for B while she's available?
Forgive me if my internet connection goes out again.
We're all struggling tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm deeply moved, and I thank you for your work. I used to work in pediatric oncology, so I can understand the value that you provide. And then personally, like Kev mentioned, I also have some health problems, chronic pain, complex PTSD, and mindfulness and meditation, stepping away from technology is so vitally important. So I'm really glad you're here, and thank you for your service and your vision.
Thank you so much, Jason. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, you bet.
Excellent. Chris, do you want anything on B's topic? We'll go on and talk about your avatar experience after the intermission. But before we go into that, would you like to ask B any questions yourself?
I think
Chris, you're muted, Chris.
See, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I was just saying, I've been diagnosed by our local quack that I've got depression and anxiety. Mine started off 2013 when a drunk driver tried to commit suicide and used my tanker as a weapon. Pulled in front of me and I got nowhere to go and I literally went straight through his van. He survived, he was all right, but I ended up with a lot of injuries and didn't come out of it too well. And I find trying to relax and switch off almost impossible. All the time, my brain's going 10 to the dozen. And while I was working, I would be planning hours ahead to make sure the job was going to go right. And the companies I've all worked for said, oh, no, just we'll worry about that. And then when things used to go wrong, I used to worry about it was my fault. Now, I've had a few bereavements in the family this year, and I've had a few close friends' bereavements. And basically got to a stage where I just couldn't go out the house again. We've got 2 allotments, me and my daughter, and we do a bit down there when we can. But trying to relax and shut off, I find almost impossible. Now, switching the phone off's been a massive help. I must admit, it's been a massive help in one way. But Kev will tell you, as soon as I shut my eyes, I've lorry driving 36 years, and I got trained my body. So if I had to pull up with a tachograph brake by law, you have to have 15 minutes here and half an hour there, 45 minutes there. I could pull up side of the road in a lay-by, and that's it. I'm shut, sleep, snoring. 14 minutes later, before the alarm goes off, I'm awake and gone. And that has caused loads of problems. It causes trouble now. I can say to my daughter, I'm going to have half an hour skip, and I'll shut my eyes. I'll be asleep, snoring on the settee. Literally, shut my eyes. But once I fall asleep, and Kev will tell you, he doesn't dream. As soon as my eyes are shut, I'm dreaming all sorts of things. And for years, I've never been able to switch my brain off. And this is why we go to the festivals. We go to spiritual and healing festivals and music festivals. And I find it somewhere where I can relax and chill out. But with what's going on in the internet and what's going on in the world and all this information that's coming out of a screen, it's like, Kev will tell you, I don't like computers. I've downloaded something today and I did an update on Windows or something, and it's put a Copilot AI on. And the first thing I said, you're going, because I'm not being told by a computer what to do. I'm just totally technophobe, hate technology.
So ultimately, Chris, are you wondering what B can offer in the as a tip regarding relaxation?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Because I just don't relax.
Okay.
I think you're right. I think it's information overload, and we feel guilty at stopping. We feel guilty at resting. We constantly feel like we have to be productive and we have to be on top of things and we have to have everything figured out. But actually, those things are made up. We can have a rest. We can give ourselves time. We can take a few minutes out in our day just to recenter ourselves. And it's really important. So hopefully the little relaxation session I've got at the end will be helpful. And there'll be lots of other things, hopefully, in my world, which you can use in your daily life.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you. I really look forward to that.
Thank you.
Awesome stuff, B12. Thank you so much for that response, because everybody can learn from this. And I mean, I will thank all the viewers that watch Metaverse Masterminds as well, because what we've noticed over the past 2 weeks is we're getting people watching it more in the middle of the week as well, not just while we're live. Okay, so we cater for those people that just don't get the time to be able to sit and watch this. And I've got to comment on a chat post that I've just read here from Elise Day. I take advantage to thank you for your tremendous commitment to help people to understand Dalversal. Can I expand on that, please? And I want to share that with everybody that's here this evening, because everybody that's here this evening deserves that recognition. Okay, we do appreciate every word that people, say in that respect. Okay, so that's absolutely wonderful. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go for a quick intermission. we're going to bring Trucker Fletch back onto the stage, and he's going to be talking to us about how he's found this last week as a technophobe in the metaverse era. And then towards the end of the show, I daren't bring B on yet to do this relaxation because I will fall asleep and I want to see the end of the show out. So what we're going to do, we're going to try and find this where are you? We were here. This is the one that I'm going to show, because everybody tends to get plenty of recognition when they're on screen and people can see them speaking and answering, live to people like Jason and Winnie and Leon. We tend to forget about those behind the scenes, that are working in some respects harder than we are, trying to keep the wheels of, industry motion turning in this eco space. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to play a promo video for Sarah, for KNS Oasis, which is her planet. So this one's dedicated to Private Buddykins, who work so hard behind the scenes. Okay, guys? Another absolutely fantastic video from Private Buddykins, and like I say, we hope that these videos bring more attention to members' planets as we go forward. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do now, we're going to bring on Trucker Fletch with his sidekick Fred, and we're going to give Chris the opportunity to talk to the viewers that are amongst us that are in the same sort of category as Chris, where they're scared to move forward into the technology, into Web3. Sometimes they struggle with Web2, like Chris has explained already. But I'm going to hand it over to Chris because he's got quite a lot to say about what his experiences are since last week. Okay, over to you, Chris. What have you learned and what have you actually achieved since last week?
Hey, I've been watching a few documentaries about how the internet started off and how it developed up about 18 years ago. I think it was 2005, 2006, when YouTube was formed, Twitter was formed, a couple of others were formed. And we're now at the point that they've done their job the way I see it, the way the documentary showed it. They've done their job. Now it's time to advance on to a next level. Whereas, yeah, we could do a lot of stuff on the old networks, on the old systems, but we're also controlled. We can't, I mean, look at Facebook now and all these other, YouTube. You're frightened of what you say because you get a 30-day ban. I proved that this week. There was somebody posting photographs on Facebook of Halloween, and they'd actually done a mock murder scene with a proper knife and ketchup as blood, and I found it offensive, so I reported it. And there was about 20 photographs, and YouTube went, no, it was Facebook. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Now I only need to open my gob on there, and I get a 30-day ban. In fact, I spent more time in Facebook prison than what I have anywhere else. And it just, the controlling and the corruption in it is unbelievable. And it made a penny drop. It's like, well, hang on. We've gone through that. It served its purpose. Now we're coming into a new system, the Web3, that we're not going to have that. We can say what we want. We're not going to be controlled by some muppet in an office somewhere that says, I don't like what he says, I'll cut him off. I don't like what they're doing, I'll cut them off. It's going to be a lot better from what I'm seeing. And it was like, wow. So I decided to have a fiddle and make one of these avatar things.
Just before you move on to your avatar creation, Chris, can you just highlight the benefits? Because yes, you're quite right. Web 2 was what I would describe as the information age. So can you describe, you told me about this last night and you worded it perfectly, the bonuses of even though what you've shown us is, all the control, the centralized nature of Web 2, we did actually get some great benefits from it. Can you remember what you was telling me from that document?
I've had a night skip since then, you'll have to remind me. But what I do remember is, like I said earlier, when we were kids, we had no contact with the outside world.
That's right.
Now we've got a second's notice to contact somebody and we've got Jay on there from America, we've got B in London, we've got Winnie down south, we've got you somewhere on your little planet. We're so more in touch with each other than what we were. Yeah, okay, so we've got mobile phones, but this, a couple of years ago, we couldn't have done this where we could have actually spoken to each other. Like, we've got all people down the side of the screen. We couldn't have done that. And it's brought us a lot together.
In theory, sorry.
I think when the lockdowns come, this is when it really brought it home that, hey, hang on, we can use this to our benefit. Yeah. And there's a lot of information being passed around now. There's so much I've learned in the last 3 years off of here and off the internet. Is absolutely, so this is part, I think, why my brain's just swimming all the time. There's so much information that I've never been able to get my hands on.
Yeah. So what we was talking about last night was the fact that we've identified, and Chris is quite right here. It's almost as though Web 2, the information era, is coming to an end now. But what we've got to do is identify the golden nuggets that we've been able to actually evolve ourselves as human beings in order to create not only technical awareness about the blockchain and so forth, these whiz kids that have created this. What we've got is a global connection with humanity now, something that we would have never been able to do if Web 2 didn't exist. So, like I've said before, Oasis Memories, my planet is going to be listing this, portraying this, reminding people that even though Web 1 and Web 2 seem to be a complete disaster in some respects regarding all the corporates taking over the advertising, the controlling of the mind, making you believe that you weren't beautiful because you didn't wear the latest makeup and so forth. We've got to take that in mind. But it taught us some fantastic things. It taught us because we could commune together and say, hey, it doesn't really matter if you don't wear makeup. We love you for the person you are. We love you for the creative talents that you've got within you. Do you know what I mean? And when people start to realize it's human beings that matter, not what's on the TV or what's advertised on the billboards, that's the beauty of moving on into Web 3, because we get to create what we want to see, what we want to get involved with. If we don't want to get involved in somebody's planet, we jump to another planet. We've got so many other opportunities with the Web 3 space. So Yeah, thanks for that, Chris. So moving on to your avatar, last week, if we remember right, I said that I was going to create a basic tutorial so that members could do it themselves, go to Ready Player Me and create an avatar. Over to you, brother. How did you get on with that?
Well, I've been a single dad for the last 7 years, and yesterday I think it was, I went on there. I followed the tutorial, and within 30 seconds, I've got a long blonde-haired, blue-eyed, absolutely stunning girl as my avatar. So I'm not single anymore. I've got a pretend one in the dippy well. But no, that's how simple it was. It was literally, I could make them. I could literally do anything with it. Okay, I'm a bigger, chubbier guy. Some people call me fat. They don't call me it many times before they're on the floor eating the teeth off the floor. But I'm a bigger built guy. And the only thing I did notice was it was like, it did me proud because I'm this nice skinny guy now. And I'm quite good looking. And if I wanted a bit of a tan, I could put a tan on. And it was like, hey, I'm into this. But it was so simple. Now, I've looked at the things in the past and I go looking on programs on. I hate computers because they just don't do as I tell them. I think what I want on the screen, and it's like the computer says no. But this was so simple, and I went onto it, and within seconds, I got this avatar dressing what I wanted, and there was different fashions. I wanted an awful lot of down to earth sort of, because I was going to do a trucker avatar with his cap and his jacket and all, so, and it don't go that fast. And so I watched that My Player thing, Ready One or whatever you call it.
Ready Player One film.
Yeah, that's him. I watched some of that and I thought, oh, I don't really want to be a total of me on the screen. That's why they're giving this avatar. So I made 2 or 3 different avatars out of the one avatar, and I thought that I'll change that. And it was, then before I knew it, Ellie went, "Dad, dinner's ready. Are you going to stop playing on that computer?" And I'm like, "Well, that's first. I've not heard that before." So yeah, anybody out there that's thinking, "Oh, this avatar," no, it's a doddle. And I don't like computers. I don't go on with computers. But it was so easy. The only thing that I'm a bit fed up with now is I've made this avatar. Well, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know. She's going to have a sort of, and I think I'm going to have a female one. I think, because why not? I can do what I want. It's my avatar. I'll be what I want, and that's what it said on the film.
Well, that's a really interesting concept, Chris, because like I say, I would recommend that film to anybody if they're thinking about looking at the metaverse and what it offers. It's a fantastic story. And I may add, it's one that I will be covering in Oasis Memories when MySpace does open up. But I find it really
something I would like to add.
Yeah.
Before you go. With building an avatar like this, I can put a little bit of trust into my avatar because I know she isn't going to cheat on me. She isn't going to lie to me. And who knows, it might give me trust for the women that's around. That maybe sounds daft, but if I could trust my little avatar to run around, I'll keep my eye on her. But it might sort of, do you know what I mean?
I just find
that's how fun I'm having with it.
I just find it an interesting concept, and you're absolutely right. This is one of the beauties of the metaverse. You can have as many avatars as you like. You can actually replicate one that looks like you. You can take your own facial features, upload them, and create them. I've done that, and it looks fairly good, actually. Well, why wouldn't it? You know, joking apart. But all the other avatars, if you want to be Neo out the Matrix, there's the possibility to do that. So you've hit on a good point there, Chris. You can literally be whoever you want to be. Exactly. So what's your next plan then, Chris? So what you're looking for is when the gates open then, and you're able to go in there. We've been through that this evening. You won't be buying an NFT because you don't need a bigger room to video people or anything like that. So you're pretty much ready to enter MySpace when they open it, aren't you?
Yeah. Another NFT I'd like to, not an NFT, what do you call them?
Avatar
things. Blade is one of my favorite films.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm Blade, I can kick my way in. I don't need to kick me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into it. Now I've got an avatar, or I made one. I know how to make them. It's going to be interesting to get in there and see what's going on. Something I was trying to find out this afternoon, and I put an update on my computer. Now it's got a co-pilot on there, and I'm not having that. I know how to work my way around it. Is how to get me poetry that I've been writing for years with something so it works in the AI into the avatar, so the avatar can talk and put emotion into it. And that's my next thing. So see, as a total plonker that ain't got a clue a couple of weeks ago, I'm getting excited about what I can fiddle around with. But I think I bugged my computer up tonight because it's got this co-pilot thing on that artificial intelligence wants to tell me how to do stuff.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll sort that out later on after the show. Okay. Chris, many thanks for your input regarding that. I think you will, you're on that level of understanding, and you've been courageous enough to come back on the show. And we really respect you, Chris, because ultimately it does take a lot for people when they are in that, fear mode of technology, and there's plenty of members out there the same. I think it takes great courage to be able to come on and speak about it like you have done. So thank you for that. And it's great to hear that you're actually moving forward with it, wanting to know, because that's another step. When people want to know more, that's another bonus, isn't it?
I still haven't found an avatar for him though, because he goes everywhere on my shoulders. So I think that's why he's got a huff tonight, because we haven't found one yet.
Well, we'll certainly be working on that. Right, we're looking at the time. We're nearing 10 o'clock. So, Winnie, do you want to bring B back on? And what we'll do, I'll do a quick intermission. You have a chat with B, and then we'll allow B to do her magical wizardry on all our viewers. And if I can stay awake, I will bring the show to an end. Okay, is that okay? Okay, quick intermission, guys, and we'll be back with you in a second.
Metaverse Masterminds, broadcasting live across 5 online platforms: Twitter, Telegram, Discord, Facebook, and YouTube. Join in the lively chat and get your messages posted direct into the studio. Live chat is available from the Bureau of Forefront Facebook page and the Metaverse Masterminds YouTube channel.
Some noise coming through there a second. Right, what I'm going to do then, guys, I'm going to bring on screen just B and Winnie, if that's okay with you guys. Put you on that one, I think it is. That one will do. Okay, over to you, Winnie.
Yeah, great to have you here with us, B.
Thank you for having me.
It's great. Yeah, and it's great to expand what we talk about, so it's not just about digital stuff. Great. So now you're going to do a meditation with us?
So like a relaxation session. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, yeah, let's go into it.
Sure.
Okay. I think what I'm going to do is just put B on camera, if that's okay, so everybody can see just B, okay? And then if I do nod off, Sarah can kick me before I put B on the camera again. Okay, B, over to you, and thanks for that.
Thank you. You're welcome. So I want everyone to just close your eyes if you feel comfortable, or just lower your gaze. And I'm just going to talk you through a very simple relaxation script and just kind of go with it, see how you feel. And we'll start now. So I'd like to invite you all to take a few moments to tap into your auditory senses. So closing your eyes so that you may heighten your listening and allow a pause for your own well-being. So gently closing your eyes and focusing on your breathing. And if you can, I'd like you to allow your shoulders to drop a little and to allow your body to relax. Breathing as normal And as you do, I'd like you to notice how your stomach rises gently as you breathe in and falls gently as you breathe out. I'd like you to think about where you are sat and thinking about your feet being flat on the floor, just noticing that the ground beneath you is supporting you and just allowing you to let go a little further. You may have found that your thoughts begin to enter your mind, and just gently telling them that you've noted them and that you'll deal with them a little later, and saying that this is time that you have made for yourself to just be, and allowing these thoughts to drift away above you into the distance. I'd like you to think about how relaxed your body is feeling and how calm your mind feels in just a few moments of focusing on your breathing and just being here in this present moment. Think about how it has given you a wonderful connection to your inner world. Here you are able to just be, gifting yourself some serenity to center yourself and allowing your mind to be calm. I want you to know how simple it is to take a few moments for yourself, and that you can achieve this state of mind of bliss and serenity whenever you would like. So I'd like you to become aware of your breathing. Breathe slowly and gently. Breathe easily and freely. And when you are ready, bringing your thoughts back into this room, and slowly in your own time opening your eyes. You might want to have a good stretch and try to relax and maintain this calm feeling in the rest of your day or your evening. It doesn't take very much, does it?
Isn't that amazing how little time it takes? Thank you. That was...
You know, when I said I shut my eyes and I start dreaming, I was actually seeing, I was stood near a stream and there was mountains in the background. I could see the stream, I could hear it.
Brilliant.
That was freaky. I think I started snoring because the dog started jiffling.
This really highlights the whole reason why Metaverse Masterminds is here, because this is not just about moving on into the digital realm. I think it's extremely important to introduce the very thing that B has just done for us and the viewers, and that is to hold on to what is so precious within us and not forget it as we go bounding into the metaverse. And I can say from my heart, thank you very much, B, because those few moments took me back to a time where I myself was in therapy through various problems that I'd faced in my life. That was, I would imagine, probably about 6 to 8 minutes. But for what you did for me in that 6 to 8 minutes was golden. It really was. Anybody watching this and expecting it to be just a metaverse show, they can now see this is a diverse show, because this is not just about the technical side of it. This is about living it. And that portrays exactly what I believe the metaverse should be. Thank you, B. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Your voice
It was nearly 8 minutes, wasn't it?
for that as well. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
How much time went.
I'm just going to try and bring Leon. Looks like Leon's got a better signal now. I know he was struggling. It was on red. I've got a network connection indicator in the studio. It sounds like Darth Vader. Are you swimming, Leon? Okay, Jason, hang on. Let me get it onto a different. I don't know what noise that is. That's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's coming through the studio.
We're just waiting.
No, I'm busy walking.
Jason,
I'm outside walking. That's what happened.
You're very similar to me, sir. You have certain illnesses that are unseen as well, and I found that absolutely profound.
Wonderful. Meditation and relaxation is something that I've tried to practice sporadically over the years, and it's only been recently, over the last month or two, that I feel like I'm really starting to understand it. And like you said, profound. Being able to go into that, well, like you said, being able to, how quickly you can go into that space of serenity and bliss, detach from the outer world for a moment, reconnect with your inner world, and then, like you said, Kev, don't forget what's precious. Go inside into your own metaverse, and the effects on the mind and body physiologically are profound as well. So thank you.
You're welcome. I think we also have to give ourselves permission to stop and to take that time, because we give our time to so many other things, but we have to give it to ourselves.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
There's an urgency culture that is insane.
Sorry, I missed that, Jason. What did you say? The what culture?
I'm sorry. I said, there's a psychologist that I follow on Twitter, Dr. Nicole Pera, and she talks about, well, there was this one thread where she talked about similar things, that we live in an urgency culture, and that it's okay to step away, to put your phone on do not disturb, to not get back to them right away, to not answer the 1,000 messages. And it's just so important.
Absolutely. And the general can learn a lot from this as well, because I just feel as though it's just ongoing, a treadmill. It's an absolute treadmill at times, especially at the times when Dow Versal are developing at a fast rate, and they are doing, I've always said we're never the first with information. We don't want to be the first with information, but that doesn't mean that we're working constantly to get the correct information. And B, you've hit the nail on the head there. We have got to teach ourselves that it is okay to take time out, because it's all too easy to forget, especially when you're, and I don't like using the word leader, when you have people relying on your knowledge. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, because that is not a hierarchy thing I'm saying there. It's just a proven fact that people do respect your knowledge and the time that you take to understand a platform. It doesn't mean you have to be there all the time. And that's a really important thing to stress to leaders, influencers, group team leaders, should I say. People that have big downlines who are going to be going into the metaverse, presenting their own shows like this. I think it's extremely important, the work that you're doing, B, and thank you so much for what you've done this evening.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm really glad that everyone's responded in a positive way.
Absolutely. Okay, Winnie, would you like to come on, say your last few words? We're going to have to sign off this. It's 10 past 10 now.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking maybe we should do that every week, actually. And also I wanted to say, well, that people talk about practice, a spiritual practice, and I do start my day with a meditation, and there's a reason it's called practice, because it takes practice, and practice makes it much quicker and easier to just go into that space. And thanks for reminding us, because it's right there. It's just right there. whenever we want to go. And it seems like it's a long way away, but it's not. It's just right there. And that's fantastic. Thanks for doing that so easily.
Yeah, it's this fast-paced world that we're supposed to keep up with. That's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah. And let's support each other in doing that as much as we can. Yeah, that's great.
I'd like to say a quick thank you to B, because I thought that was 30 seconds to a minute. And then when Kev said it was 6 or 8 minutes, I went, no. I looked at the clock and went, wow, where did that time go? In fact, I'm yawning now. I think I'm going to go to bed and sleep like a log. But yeah, thank you for that. That was mind blowing, because I honestly thought it was only like 30 seconds to a minute. But seeing the mountains and seeing that water showed how relaxed I was. And then when I woke up and Kev said about the time, it's like, I still can't believe it. It was that time. It was that brilliant.
Okay, you got a few last words before we sign out tonight then, Chris?
No. No. Yeah, thank you for having us on again. I've enjoyed what I've learned this week. I've learned a bit more. A bit of it's still gone over my head, but what I haven't taken in, I think he has. Yeah, thank you for B for that. That was really good. Thank you for Winnie for all the information. Thank you for Jay for being there. And thank you for Kev. I don't know why I'm thanking you, Kev. What have you done, Kev?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah. Invite me on. Yeah, stay lucky, stay safe, everybody. And hopefully this time next week, I'll be here with something more I've done exciting, really.
Remember to turn your Wi-Fi off at night.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hi, Leon, there's a lot of feedback from your microphone, but do you want to say a few last words?
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Okay. There's a lot of people on the next highway, trains, all kind of stuff running. So thanks you guys for all the stuff you guys are doing. Appreciate everything you guys are teaching. And the community definitely benefit from that. That's all I can say. Too much feedback.
Lovely. Thanks for turning up, Leon. I know you're quite busy there, and it's great to see you again this week. So you take care, brother.
I take care, guys. Good job.
Okay, buddy. Jason, for a few quick last words.
I wanted to mention, Chris said, I think that he's daft for the avatar thing, but I think he's really onto something. The NFTs and the avatars remind me of the video games that I've played over the years, and there were so many times, especially with RPGs, where I would create male, female, different avatars as a way of exploring my own consciousness. There were certain games where if you made different choices, you got different outcomes, and that allowed me to explore parts of myself that I wouldn't explore in the real world. And all these years later, it's enriched who I am. So I think, and the idea that you may have been joking, Chris, maybe I can trust my avatar. Maybe then I can trust some of the women around me. But I mean, the subconscious mind is a powerful thing. And so I think you're onto something there, and it's an exploration of consciousness. It's kind of what the metaverse is about. So I think that's really cool.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Jason. And last but very much not least, B, would you like to give a few last words? It's been absolutely brilliant having you on the show this evening. So over to you.
Oh, I'm really grateful. Thank you so much for allowing me to come on today and share a little bit of what I'm doing and what I hope my vision is for the future. I just wanted to say, I really hope that this community goes from strength to strength, and we're amazing, each and every one of us. So yeah, well done to us for working together and having faith.
Okay, bless you, B. Thank you so much for that. And you're absolutely right. Every member, every viewer, every person that writes a comment, everybody that comes through Dalversal and meets us are absolutely golden in value. They have their own powers within that, given a diverse community and the connection that we've got within, this is only one aspect of what we've got within the metaverse. I'm sure that we're walking into something absolutely golden, where every member realizes their own inner strengths. Okay, and with somebody like B who's going to guide us on that journey, I think we've got a good future ahead. So many thanks, B. Okay, guys, this is the end of episode 10. It's been an absolute blast again. I love these more and more every time I do them. It's always a pleasure having the members on the panel, the guys coming in to join us on the panel and give us their experiences of Dalversal and what they want to see in the metaverse. I'll say it again, the viewers, the people in the chat box, anybody that would like to appear on the show, you're more than welcome. Hit us up in Telegram or Discord. We'll work something out and you could be the next person on air with us. Okay, guys, it's been an absolute blast. I'll try and find my outro, and that's it for this week. That's the end of episode 10. We look forward to episode 11 next Friday. In the meantime, let's catch up with each other in the groups, keep plugged in. Let's hope that there's plenty of new stuff coming into the metaverse very shortly. You take care, guys. It's been absolutely brilliant. Take care. Bye-bye for now.